real quick here, Cass. What if, and guys, help me out here or whatever, right? But no translation, because otherwise people think that the thing that you're supposed to be doing is like being able to translate well,
Mhm.
where that's not language. I'm trying to tell people these days too. I'm trying to like if you have that problem where you're like translating in your head, like if you're not getting paid to translate, like you're giving yourself extra work. All right. So como estás could be this could be a book or this could be I don't know what. But anyways, it's como estás, right? And then help me out. Just let's make the thing together real quick. No translations, but anyone can do this, no? Like you can not speak any Spanish at all. Tell them you made the book, Cass, and they'll go, "Oh my God, this is the best thing I've ever seen." All right, Jerry, how do you say I'm good?
Muy bien.
Bueno, bien.
Estoy
Estoy bien.
bien. Thank you, Paul.
Estoy bien.
Estoy bien.
Estoy bueno.
I've never spoken a word of Spanish before. You give them the sheets. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to play this game. ¿Cómo estás? Oh, estoy. What does that mean
Muy
again?
bueno.
Bien, muy bien.
Not muy
Muy
bueno.
bien.
That's what
Not
you're.
muy,
Never
not,
bueno.
not muy bueno. Muy bueno means like you're hot.
That's what you could say to the ladies.
Well, maybe
Oh.
he is. Yeah. There you go, Jerry.
Mamacitas. All right. Muy bien.
That's another word I could use with them. Oye, mamacitas.
Oof.
¿Cómo estás?
You're definitely
¿Cómo
cruising.
están?
Definitely cruising for a bruising. All right. No one's ever spoken any Spanish before. You could be a complete beginner and you say, Here, I'm going to introduce you to this unbelievable. No. All right. One person asks a
Genial.
question, the other person answers. ¿Cómo estás? What does that mean? It means how are you? That's what it means? Yeah, yeah. All right, just go with it. All right. Francisco, ¿cómo estás?
Bien.
Bien. Can you give me a complete sentence just for fun?
Estoy bien.
Estoy bien. Go around the table. You could be bien, you could be muy bien, everyone. Cass is doing this. They're saying, dude, this, look at this teacher. Bien, muy bien. Everyone go around. I'll go. Estoy muy bien. Anyone else? The fuck?
Genial.
Genial.
Estoy genial. I guess, right?
Super bien.
Estoy súper bien.
Super bien.
Cass, give me another box up here that says, or whichever one. You know what I mean? Like,
Estoy cansado.
make a little bouquet of 20 building blocks and let the person go, okay, so going around the room now, ¿Cómo estás? Oh, estoy XYZ ABC 1, 2, 3. They won't believe it. Okay. Anything else here? I don't know if this is the direction we need, but it could be anything. So, this is for you, Paul. ¿Qué color de camisa? De camiseta, no? Like t-shirt or I guess it is kind of a camisa.
Polo.
No, polo. Polo.
It would just be polo, right?
Yeah, polo. Polo.
Yeah.
Llevas right now, right?
Yeah.
See. Oh, mi polo es camisa morada. Morada.
Is it purple? Okay, es morado.
Is it more?
It can be
Morado.
morado, violeta, or púrpura. Either in any one of those.
Oh, violeta too.
Yeah, violeta or púrpura.
Oh, okay.
Again, Cass, you could put in three more. Also, I don't know if this is the best question, but you just see the point. It's an infinite
Okay.
game. So, ¿qué color de polo llevas, everyone? Or maybe pretend it's a whatever, right? Oh, es morado, Paul. ¿Y tú qué color de polo llevas, Paul?
Sí, mi polo es morado.
All right, fine. Want to do complete sentence like that? That works. That's good.
Morada.
Mi polo es.
Morada.
Morada.
Oh, is it like that?
Yeah, morada.
I never say. Very good, very good. I never use polo, but I maybe I should. I don't know. Say camisa only. I've never heard.
Camisa is a shirt.
Sure.
Button shirt.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Well, polo's probably like one of these like international words, right? You know,
I guess, yeah, it's used
Yeah.
in Latin America.
And it's
Yeah, ¿qué
feminine.
color es tu-
polo, the history of polos are shirts that were invented in England and developed in America by Jewish tailors.
Now, is
Uh-huh.
polo a feminine word because camiseta and camisa are
La
feminine?
polo, sí, la polo, la polo.
La polo.
Okay,
Okay.
muy bien.
Gracias, Francisco. ¿Qué color es tu polo? Mi polo es morada. No, mi polo es rosada. ¿Y tú, Jerry, qué color es tu polo?
Mi polo
Mi
es
polo es
azul.
verde.
Verde.
Mi
¿Qué?
polo es azul.
Azul, claro. Muy bien. ¿Tú, Francisco?
Mi polo es negra.
Muy bien.
Polos, okay.
New person just came and joined the table here at the meetup group. ¿Cómo estás? What the hell are you talking about? I don't speak any Spanish at all. Okay, take this handout. Oh, I can immediately defend myself against a question. Oh. All right. Where are you right now? Let's get to know each other at the meetup group. Where are you from? Perdón.
¿De,
De,
de dónde eres?
¿De dónde eres?
Soy de.
Soy, gracias. Soy de, anyone?
De mi
Estados
casa.
Unidos.
Soy
Estados
en
Unidos.
casa.
Yeah, but where are you from though? Not like,
From. Okay.
yeah.
Well, Estados Unidos.
Beautiful. Soy de Estados Unidos.
Soy de Puerto
Soy de
Rico.
México.
Nací en Puerto Rico.
Okay. Someone said Mexico. Someone said Puerto Rico. Someone
Someone
else
said they were born in Puerto Rico.
they were born. Okay, muy bien. All right, real quick around the room at the meetup table here. ¿De dónde
Soy de
eres? Juan, ¿de
Estados
dónde
Unidos.
eres?
Soy de Estados Unidos.
Excelente. De Estados Unidos, excelente. Anyone from Mexico here? No, no one. Puerto
Soy de
Rico.
México.
Soy de México, Jeremy. Muy bien, muy bien. Francisco.
Soy de Puerto Rico.
De Puerto Rico, excelente. Everyone's going to say, now, are we going to conjugate the whole verb? I was sure hoping we would, that's like what I'm used to.
No. Come next week.
Exactly. Next week. They're like, really, I can
Yeah.
speak the language. Anyway,
You
Jerry,
have to pay extra for conjugations.
that's a good call. That's a good call. Someone said born somewhere.
Nací.
¿Dónde naciste? Anyway,
Nací en
¿dónde
Puerto
naciste?
Rico.
So nací en.
Nací
Beautiful,
en.
Why is that? I don't.
Nací en or just nací.
Yeah, let's make nací en be the preloaded. It'll be the preset. All right, nací en Estados Unidos. That's true for me. Nací en México. No, nací en Puerto Rico. No. ¿Y tú dónde naciste? Nací en Appleton, Wisconsin.
Nací en Arkansas.
Muy bien.
Okay,
How would you
nací
say
en
that?
Bristol, Connecticut.
Say it in Spanish.
No sé, Arkansas or Arkansas. No, I don't know how they say it.
Nací
Kansas.
en Nueva York.
Muy bien.
Arkansas.
Arkansas, gracias.
Arkansas. Nací en Arkansas.
¿Dónde naciste, Paul?
Nací en Bristol, Connecticut.
Bristol, Connecticut. Excelente. While we're on the topic, ¿dónde creciste?
Crecí en
Super
Baltimore.
short. There you go.
Crecí en Puerto Rico.
Crecí en Baltimore, Estados Unidos. Crecí en México. ¿Dónde creciste, everyone? Go around the table. Jerry, ¿dónde crecí? ¿En Nueva York?
Sí, en Nueva York.
Crecí en Maryland.
Crecí en Maryland. Excelente.
Crecí en Puerto Rico.
Crecí en Puerto Rico.
Crecí in Nueva York
Love it.
also.
También.
También. Yeah.
¿Qué hiciste hoy?
Estuve en clase.
Stay.
Estuve en clase. You can say this to the hill. Just make sure we're all on the same page. Estuve en clase. Estuve, I was, guys. All right. You were where? In class, Francisco. Estuve en clase. Can you say that again, Francisco, just for us all to hear?
Estuve en clase.
Estuve en clase. Ah, muy bien.
that-
You know,
Yeah, come on, that's
just,
not really the right answer to what did you do? I am or I was. I was something is not the right answer to what did you do?
Estuve
Right.
enseñando.
He likes estuve.
So you'll call me El Musera, right?
what?
Call me El Musera.
Estudié español. Comí.
Just out of pure
Yes,
curiosity, this is an
Oh,
interesting.
Yes,
All good stuff. All good stuff. Francisco, if pretend it's like your best friend says, "Oh, ¿qué hiciste hoy?" Estuve en clase, estuve enseñando. That was your first response here. Is that like the most natural way that you personally, like your own style? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's interesting. I mean,
Why?
huh?
Why?
It's not interesting. So the only reason it's now interesting is because Cass didn't think it like was sort of that it went.
Uh-huh.
But the reason it's interesting for me is because what I would try to do is try to hear like exactly what like a native speaker says and be like, oh, interesting. So that's kind of how they like at first glance to me, it doesn't go that way. Like I wouldn't if someone said, "What'd you do today?" I was in class. That doesn't go. But the fact Mhm.
If I were to say estuve enseñando, I'd be adding more detail. That would be the next answer to the next question. It wouldn't be my first answer.
Got you.
You know, I was just thinking, Cass, you know, you were talking about these sheets that you handed out and people didn't make. If you just handed out a blank diagram exactly the way Tony has put it together and handed them, let's say, 5 blank sheets like that and gave them that verb starting point, then it would be much simpler for them to visualize it and they could be writing at the same time because, you know, doing more than one thing, in other words, writing, you know, with a pen or something like that at the same time that they're talking about it would be incredibly useful, to my way of thinking.
Any thoughts there, Cass?
Well, first of all, I'm not teaching a class. I'm simply trying to lead a conversation.
Fair enough.
So I don't really want people writing. I want people talking.
Fair enough.
And the idea of the handout was just to give them prompts to something, you know, if they couldn't think of anything to say, here were some ideas of things to say in a conversation. That was the goal.
Oh, I see. Mhm.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Jerry, let's just to explore your idea for a second, Jerry. Pretend a prompt was ¿Qué te gusta hacer?
You're missing te.
Gracias. So we all know that the best, you know, what's my verb starting with? Que me gusta, right? Jerry, if I understand you correctly, what if you did this? You handed a person that, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And then ask them for responses.
Yeah.
You know, it could start, well, in English, you could say, you know, me gusta what do you like doing? I like exercising. So the word exercise in Spanish is ejercicio, and then they could, in
Totally. They
fact,
could choose their own answers, right?
exactly.
I like that
Exactly.
too.
You
And
just
out of
give them the verb starting point
True
there.
that. True that. I take your point, Cass, that you don't want them writing, but Jerry, I could see that in a class. I mean, if you're teaching an English class to Spanish speakers there in Texas at some point, you could give them that, you know.
Exactly.
All right, let's go crazy. Ever been to Puerto Rico, guys? Mexico? Yeah, I have been to. Or no, you know what? I have not been to Puerto Rico. No he ido.
I love it.
Well, you know what I mean. Whatever. Anyway,
I
someone
like
asked me something now. ¿Has ido a Cuba? Cuba?
¿Has ido a Cuba?
Cuba. No. No he ido. Do it your way, Jerry. Going to keep it blank here. Phantom vocab. No, Francisco, no he ido a Cuba. ¿Tú? ¿Has ido a Cuba?
Sí, he ido a Cuba.
He ido a Cuba. ¿Has ido a La Habana? That's what you call it, right? La Habana?
Sí, sí.
¿Has ido a Havana? ¿Sí?
Sí.
Francisco, ¿has ido a Chicago?
Un día, de
Un
pasada.
día.
De pasada, de camino a Seattle.
Seattle, okay. So you've been to Seattle then. Has ido a Seattle.
For 2 or 3 days, yeah.
2 días? 3
3
días?
Yeah.
Francisco, no he ido a Seattle. No he ido a Cuba, ni Seattle,
Ni Chicago.
ni Chicago, sí. He ido a Chicago. ¿Y tú, Jerry? ¿Y tú, Cass? ¿Y tú, Paul? ¿Y tú, other meetup members? Can we spark?
He ido a Chicago.
¿Cómo, perdón?
No he ido a Seattle. He ido a Chicago.
Muy bien.
He ido a Panama.
Ah, a Panamá, qué bien. Great, we'll keep it phantom. A Panamá. Okay.
¿Cómo se dice Panama City? Is it Ciudad de Panama or Panama
Yes.
Ciudad?
Ciudad de Panamá.
Ciudad de Panama? Okay.
Like Mexico City, Ciudad de México.
Okay.
Ah, okay, Paul. So, has ido a Panamá.
Sí, he ido a Panama y Ciudad de Panama.
I've never been. I would like to go. Me gustaría, guys. Me gustaría. I can't believe I'm allowed to use these verb tenses as a beginner. Even in the military, in the Arabic program that I had to do as a linguist, they would say, "Oh, you can't know that yet. It's not you're not at the level where you can like had questions about grammar. Like you don't know that until like a month from now and stuff." I was just like,
when did you figure out that you could?
When
did you figure out that you
could learn it when they like
could,
when
like,
it's Go ahead.
When did you figure out that you could use the more complex verb tenses?
It was when I was first learning Spanish and I was 19 years old and I discovered the Margarita Madrigal's Magic Key to Spanish.
I have that.
It's a great book. It is a great book. By the way, she does The Matrix too. I think that's how I learned The Matrix.
Mm-hmm.
So you did it from early on?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because I saw it goes, oh, and I was like, oh shit.
That reminds me, I learned a new verb that I should have
Please
known.
share. Please share.
Someone asked me, "Do you still eat meat?" And I was like, "How do I say I used to eat meat?" Solía
Yeah.
comer carne. And I knew the word suelo, as in I usually do,
Mhm.
but I'd never heard solía. So now I know how to say I used to eat meat, solía comer carne.
It's an irregular verb.
Yes. An irregular verb and imperfect. And that is not something you would learn in the first year Spanish, that's for darn sure.
Yeah.
So solía tener pelo.
Nice ball.
Todavía tengo pelo.
¿A dónde te gustaría ir?
Me gustaría ir a México
Muy bien.
este
¿Has ido a México?
este año. Sí, he ido a México.
He ido a México. Ah, ok. Muy bien.
Me gusta.
Me gustaría ir a México
Me
otra
gusta
vez.
México. Me encanta México.
Me encanta México. Bueno, ¿a dónde te gustaría? Me gustaría ir a Cuba. Me gustaría ir a Seattle. Me gustaría ir a Puerto Rico. No he ido a Puerto Rico. Me gustaría ir a Puerto Rico. Anyone else?
Me gusta ir a Puerto Rico.
Speaking of Puerto Rico, speaking of Seattle, speaking of Chicago, ¿cómo es, Seattle? Or ¿cómo es Puerto Rico?
Seattle es lluvioso.
I'm getting the hang of this thing. I might actually have to use this for classes. Es muy lluvioso, yeah?
Sí.
Very rainy, muy lluvioso. Okay, so all right, let's start. Friends, ¿cómo es Seattle?
Seattle es muy lluvioso.
Muy lluvioso, muy bien. Puerto Rico es muy lluvioso también.
A veces.
A veces. Texas es muy lluvioso.
No, Texas no es lluvioso.
You got it. No es muy lluvioso.
Es seco.
Es seco. What about Connecticut? What about New York? What about is it, I don't know, big city, muy grande, right? Chicago is, well, kind of. Es muy,
Windy. Ventoso.
muchas gracias, ventoso. Yeah, Chicago es muy ventoso. Texas es muy seco.
So Connecticut es lluvioso occasionalmente.
Ocasionalmente. Okay. Okay. Very nice. Very nice. Where have we been so far? How many do we have? You want the PDF, Kaz?
Sure. Absolutely. Although I'm probably gonna do something a little bit different. I
Any
don't want to hand out.
care to share? I'm curious what you'll do.
I would put like all of those on one sheet of paper. And make it so you could one from column A, one from column B, one from column C to make a conversation.
So
Maybe
like,
broken into sections. So like de donde and then como estás,
gotcha. Gotcha. All right. Okay. You could, I mean, you could, so like the trees that we have there, it could be like a single piece of standard paper this way. It's like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So like 6 per page or something, or even smaller. I guess it could be smaller. It could be like 12.
Yeah. Well, since
Nice.
I'm putting them off, on my own paper, and I don't expect them back, I want to get as much use out of each sheet as I can.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. In fact, I want to, all right.
I'll show you
That
what I
makes
come up
me want to
with.
do it. Like makes me want to put it on there.
I'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 1 page is awesome. All right. Any other questions? There's no A. So now we're in open water. We could just do any question. I did have what are you doing right now? But everyone
Right,
knows
that's more, that's exactly, that's what I had more in mind. Where you can go this way or that way with different verbs, different objects, different adjectives.
Sure.
you know.
Sure.
The thing is, I got to keep in mind that some of the people there want to practice English, so it can't all be Spanish with no translations. That wouldn't help them.
Gotcha. So like the same trees in English would be brilliant.
Yeah. Well, I would just do this. I would do the English on the other side.
Amazing.
So no translations if you don't want them, but if you need to cheat, you can turn it over.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great.
That is like $1 million idea.
Should patent it.
Trademark. Can't have it.
All right, what are you doing right now? ¿Qué estás haciendo? Estoy, I don't know, what are we doing? Let's phantom vocab it.
Estamos jugando.
Estamos jugando, everyone. We're all playing. Do not know what that is. Estamos. What are we doing? That's a good call. Estamos,
Practicando.
estamos practicando.
Estamos hablando.
Practicando.
Jugando con idiomas.
Jugando con el idioma, con idiomas.
Perfect.
What am I eating right now? Estoy comiendo. All because I think of salad sometimes when I the ensalada.
So are those always yendo, regardless of whether it's one person or multiple people?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Great epiphany. Yes.
Okay.
You're right. What do you get? What are you eating? All right. So here's a question. ¿Qué estás comiendo?
Estoy comiendo una empanadilla.
Estoy comiendo una
Empanadilla.
empanadilla.
That's what, a turnover?
I guess.
Estamos charlando.
That's what we're doing. ¿Qué estás haciendo? Estamos charlando, yeah. Chatting, everyone.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Conversando.
Platicando. Mexican.
That's my word. Platicando.
Practicando en idiomas.
Platicando, you only hear in Mexico, I think.
With an L?
Platicando. Instead of
Platicando.
charlando or hablando.
Platicando. Okay.
Bueno.
Estamos platicando en español. What are y'all doing? Plural. Hey, what are you guys up to?
Estamos escribiendo. Escribiendo. Es bueno.
Sí.
Mhm.
Jerry, how do you say we're writing in Spanish?
Estamos escribiendo en español.
What if we all get drunk and start cantando en español, no?
Sí, bailando.
Bailando.
Bailando. en español?
Bailando cumbia.
Corridos.
¿Qué es corridos?
It's
Estamos corriendo.
Jerry
Oh.
knows better than me.
Jerry, you want to tell Cass what corridos are?
Corridos? They're the Mexican songs and stories, mainly about the narcos. They
Cool.
they go on for many, many verses talking about them and their history and how wonderful they are, on and on. But they're very poetic. Really.
La muerte del
Incredible.
comandante, right, Jerry?
Sí, el muerte de comandante. Es fantástico. Hmm.
Feel free to say that a different way. For us, if you ¿qué tipos de música te gustan o cuáles tipos? Help me out if there's letters.
No, that's it.
Okay, ¿qué tipos?
That's right.
Okay, what do you like? Well, I like
Me gusta rock de alternativo.
me gusta el rock.
Alternativo.
La danza.
La danza.
Danza is a Puerto Rican musical genre. It's not contemporary, but it's very beautiful. It's very poetic.
Anyone else here? La danza, el rock, jazz, música clásica,
Folclórico.
la música folclórica.
How do you say bluegrass in Spanish?
It's maybe
Bluegrass, I don't know.
You don't know. Wouldn't it be just grass that's blue?
Doesn't ring a bell.
Pasto azul, says, you know.
Cantas de
What's grass?
granjas.
Grama.
Granjas. Cantas de granjas.
Grama azul.
Azul.
Bluegrass. I don't literally know. I used to bluegrass.
Blues en español es blues.
Blues. El blues?
Es blues
El-
en
el
español,
blues.
¿ah?
El blues.
Sí. El
blues.
blues.
O los blues.
Los
L-
blues.
Los blues.
el jazz.
El jazz.
El jazz americano.
El jazz americano. El bebop.
Sí. Es Dizzy Gillespie.
Ajá. And Thelonious Monk.
Sí, sí. Bueno.
Yep.
Hola, Fabio.
¿Cómo
Hola.
se,
Hola,
cómo
Fabio.
se dice genius?
Genios o geniales.
Es un genios
Yep.
de música.
Ujú.
Buenas noches.
Hola,
¿Qué onda,
Fabio.
Fabio.
¿Cómo están?
Muy bien, gracias.
Qué bueno. Mi bebé ahora está tranquilo, ya puedo empezar acá.
Muy bien.
¿Qué es el gura de tú?
¿Cómo así?
El guro.
¿Qué es eso?
¿De qué?
Sí, sí.
¿De qué es?
Ah, ¿de qué? Es un árbol de
Oh, sí, sí, sí.
Oakland,
Ah, ok.
la California.
Ah, sí.
Es la ciudad que mi hermana vive,
¿Dónde?
en la California.
En
Ah, sí,
Los
sí.
Ángeles.
Sí, ¿sabes dónde mi hermana? Sí, dónde mi hermana vive. También Oakland significa la tierra de los Carvalhos. Like, nuestro nombre.
What do you mean?
Oak is our surname,
Oh,
but in Portuguese.
uh-huh.
Anyway, just a side joke.
All right, muy bien. All right, Fabio, let me show you what we're doing here.
Sure.
Working on creating some kind of curriculum, some sort of living, like active, interactive curriculum. You can
Oh,
see the
nice.
screen, right?
Sí, sí.
This idea would work for a class, would work for a meetup like cast style, like a group. Even if you speak, you speak nothing in Spanish, you know the game. So, ¿cómo estás? Ah, estoy bien. All right, let me give you your LPI, Fabio. ¿Cómo estás?
Muy bien. Estoy muy bien.
¿Qué color es tu polo?
Mi polo, no tengo un polo.
Tank.
Pero mi tank
Color
es
es tu
blanco,
tank?
¿no?
How do you
Mi
say
tank
wife?
es
¿Cómo se
blanco.
dice wife beater en español?
Exactly.
Es blanco,
That's
¿no?
exactly what I was thinking.
Abusador. Abusador.
Uh,
Mi
All
polo
right.
tank es blanco.
Es blanco. Okay, wait. ¿De dónde eres?
Soy de Brasil, de São Paulo.
¿Dónde naciste?
Sorry?
Frozen. We lost him.
Yeah.
He's gone.
I'm still
Yeah.
here.
All right,
Oh.
gotcha.
Acá.
¿Dónde
You were
naciste?
frozen.
Oh, ok. Estoy aquí. Nací en São Paulo, Brasil.
Muy bien. ¿Dónde creciste?
Y creciste allá también.
¿Mm?
En el mismo lugar en Brasil.
Sao
Crecí en
Paulo.
Brasil. São Paulo, Brasil.
¿Qué te gusta hacer?
Me gusta hablar idiomas con mis amigos. Me gusta danzar. Me gusta no sé,
Bailar.
comer pizza. Bailar, sí, bailar y comer pizza, no sé.
Muy bien. Just to catch you up to speed on how this unfolded today. At this point, Jerry has said, "What if you left it blank? Let the people fill it in themselves." That would be a hands-on activity that may or may not work for the type of class you want. I could totally see it working in a class. Has ido a XYZ. All right. Any questions for Fabio, Paul, or Francisco, or Jerry, or Cass? Let's ask Fabio. You ever been to?
¿Has ido a Estados Unidos?
Sí, he ido a Estados Unidos muchas veces. He ido a Los Ángeles, California, he ido a Orlando, he ido otra vez a Miami, he ido a Nueva York también y es eso.
¿Has ido a Argentina?
Sí, he ido a Buenos Aires una vez. No he ido a Puerto Rico.
Ujú.
No he ido también
Tampoco.
Tampoco he ido a Utah o North Carolina, Carolina del Norte o Carolina del Sur y otros estados también en los Estados Unidos.
¿Has ido a Cuba?
No, no he ido a Cuba todavía, pero me gustaría de ir a Cuba.
Sí,
Me
sí.
gustaría ir a Cuba.
¿Has ido a Paraguay?
Sí, he ido a Paraguay también. He ido para las cataratas de Iguazú.
Ajá, ajá.
Muy bonito, ¿no?
Sí, muy bonito.
Muy bien. ¿A dónde te gustaría ir?
Ahora,
O en un
me,
futuro.
sí, bueno, me gustaría ir a China,
China.
sí, porque me encanta su idioma, me encanta su cultura, me encanta su filosofía de vida.
Muy bien.
Es eso, sí.
Muy bien. ¿Cómo es Natal?
Es muy soleado
Ujú.
y hace mucho calor. Hace mucho calor y es una ciudad muy bonita.
¿Qué están haciendo? ¿Qué estamos haciendo aquí en esta clase, no?
Estamos cantando en español, no, no es-
Sí, claro,
La, la.
claro que sí.
Claro que sí.
Y estamos platicando en español.
Platicando.
Platicando.
Estamos platicando español, sí. Estamos hablando español también, ¿no?
Sí. ¿Qué estás comiendo?
No estoy comiendo ahora, pero estoy tomando café.
¿Qué tipos de música te gustan?
Me gusta la música electrónica, la música clásica, me gusta también pop.
Bien.
¿Cómo estoy yendo ahora? Estoy tomando una ensalada. Ensalada de
Well,
café.
it can be in a blender, from a blender.
¿Verdad, no? ¿Qué estás tomando, Paul? Paul,
Perdón.
¿estás tomando? ¿Qué estás tomando?
¿Qué es esto? Um, ¿Qué es tomando? I guess estoy tomando en café. Oh, tomando, sorry. Estoy tomando
¿Café?
café.
Muy bien.
Nice.
¿Y tú, Jerry? ¿Qué estás tomando?
Estoy beber, tomando un beber energía.
Mm, muy bien.
Yeah, is that what you say, Francisco?
Sí, sí.
Well, I don't really know. Una bebida energética, una bebida de energía, un Red Bull o
Red Bull.
no sé, no, en realidad no sé.
Me neither.
En Brasil es energético. Estoy tomando energético, pero no sé.
Gaseoso.
Una gaseosa.